Okay, here we go. Okay,
I only
today's
charge
session.
a nominal fee.
Okay. This is a little instructional video on placing some listings, and it's from ICI World. Gary Nuska here, and I have Sharif on the line, and we're going to be placing a few listings, and it'll be maybe a little extra added exposure for your listings as well, Sharif.
Okay.
Okay, so we're at ICIWorld.com, and we're actually looking at Sharif's computer. Go ahead, Sharif, if you could please click on Login. I'm going to let you do it. Thank you. And on the left-hand side are all the choices for people. If you ever forget your login ID, you just have to click on Login Help on the left. In your case, if you know it, you can click on Login. Go ahead, Sharif.
I don't know my password.
Okay, hang on one second. I'm going to type it in.
Okay.
I'm going to have you change it in a moment. Change the login expiry to 1 month. That way you don't have to log in every single time you come on. And remember the login ID. And then go ahead, log into site. And everything's a welcome. There are 8 bullet points here. You need to get through. You need to write this down, Sharif, to get through them all on your own time.
Okay.
And the key ones here are these training videos that you see here, videos number 2 to 7.
Okay.
And these training videos are located, I'm moving the mouse, I'm the one doing it, down here to training videos. Do you see it?
Yes, I do.
Do you know how to play a YouTube video and stop and start it and make it larger and smaller?
Yep.
Good show. And they're all YouTube videos. Okay, once the website and everything else is working for you, we recommend that you register yourself in the How to Promote Your Website, which comes once a month. And just get yourself registered in that. And because that is important, what good is a website if you don't have any traffic going to your website? One quick thing we're going to check, I'm going to click on Get Haves and Wants by email up at the top. And we want to make sure that you are subscribed to receive the listings. And there you are. You are getting, in your case, the Ontario ones. If you're in Florida, California, British Columbia, we have special email list services for each province and state, and for the rest of the world as well. In addition to that one, now that you're a member, Sharif, we can click on the word subscribe, and we can actually have you be subscribed to the FSBOs. We allow the public to advertise absolutely free on the service, but only members of the service have full access to the contact names and numbers. In this case, you're in Canada, and you might say, why would I have the FSBOs in all of Canada? The reason is this. When you're on ICI World, you wear a global realtor's hat. You can sell properties all over the world and do referrals. Now, in your case, if you know that there's somebody trying to sell a $1 million building in London, Ontario, could you theoretically call a broker in London, Ontario, and say, I have a lead for you. Is a 25% referral commission okay with you? Could you do that if you wanted to, Sharif?
Of course.
Could you do it if it was in Vancouver?
Of course.
You bet you can. So that's the other reason why we're doing that. This can be referral opportunities for you. The best one we know of is a gentleman who's done 15 referrals on ICI World. That's a total of his time of 75 minutes. He actually made $45,000 just doing referrals. Okay, click on subscribe to selected. Go ahead. And you should be on the 2 lists. Click on the OK. Usually after 4 or 5 seconds, we click on OK, and you're on the 2 lists. This digest here means you'll only get 1 email a day with the new listings in it. If for any reason you're not getting it, some people in Gmail, it's going to their spam folder, and you'll have to click on not spam in a case like that in order to get them coming through properly. Let's click back on Login Member Management. Go ahead. On the left-hand green column, you're going to see a number of choices, all for members, all up and down here. I'm going to click on the latest World Commercial. There's about 50 to 150 new listings coming in every single day, and you'll see them on the screen. I'm going to click on latest world residential, the same thing there. You'll see the latest haves and wants, including assignments and all different kinds of things. A lot of this stuff, 75% of the listings here are not on real estate boards. Now we're going to click on add have want. Go ahead, click on that. I'm going to let you do it. And I need you to read the complete subject line help from beginning to end. Read this whole subject line. And when you're finished, let me know. And I'd like to know for a buyer, what is the first thing you're going to type in the subject line for a buyer? There's no race here. Take your time. It's okay.
For a buyer.
Yeah, what are you going to type in for? Good show. Excellent. Type it in, wanted. With a capital W. Okay, leave a space. Okay, now you're going to cover the location of where they're looking. Now, mentioning a general geographic area like Montreal, Greater Montreal area, or Greater Vancouver area, Greater Toronto area is actually not good enough. We suggest that you need what we call a geographic limitation. How far east, west, north, and south by city. So now, in this case, you have a buyer looking for, first of all, what is it that they're looking for?
Oh, my goodness. Well, residential property in Mississauga.
Okay,
Churchill
now,
Meadows.
okay, so they're actually looking in the Churchill Meadows area. In that case, you're not going to different cities, but you do have a specific area, and that's fine. But if you had somebody that was looking for an apartment, building a shopping center, or investment properties, you would actually say Mississauga to Scarborough, or Burlington to Oshawa, London to Kingston, Windsor to Ottawa kind of idea, if you know what I mean. Okay. In this case it's Mississauga, so you would type in Mississauga, prefer Churchill Meadows. Go ahead, type it in.
Mississauga.
And then you can say you prefer, what's the area called?
Prefer Churchill Meadows?
Sure. I don't know if it's one, I guess it's two H's, Churchill Meadows, okay. And the type of property, in this case it's a home, type it in. Home. And then we need a price range right after this. Minimum and a maximum. Usually how we do it, it'll be like a $sign 500K, a dash, a $sign 600K, or whatever the appropriate price range is for your people.
It's not actually 500K. It's Churchill Meadows.
Okay, you can put a $sign in front of the 700. Okay, leave a space, and if you take your hand off the mouse, it's not wrong what you've done, but I'm just going to just show you how we normally do it. It's, like I say, it's not wrong, but we just sort of do it like this. We take out the spaces. It sort of saves space that you can actually add in more items to sometimes from time to time. We sort of do it like that, if that's okay with you. Okay, now you'll notice that you've got the location, which is great, and you've got the type of property, and you've got the price range. What we don't have is something special called sizzle. What sizzle means is what is so good about your buyer in the marketplace over any other buyer in the marketplace. What's so good about your buyer? Are they qualified?
Pre-approved, yeah.
Pre-approved, type it in. Good show. Good job. Now, if they found the right property, could they move in 30 days? Could they
Yes.
close in 30 days? So put in 30 dash, leave a space, 30 dash. Now, if they found a property that they really like, could they wait as much as 180 days, 6 months, for the right property?
For the right property, sure.
Okay, so put it in, 30-180 day closing. And you know, some owner might prefer to have you as a buyer just based on those terms, because it gives them, you know, time to kind of do what they have to do. You're finished with the subject line. Now go through the body of the message, choose the country, then the province in your case, and it's Greater Toronto in your case, and then skip Toronto, go down to location city optional and type in Mississauga. Change the have to a want. Choose residential. Estates, single family homes, it's one of the choices in the drop down box. Good job. Type description home, location Churchill Meadows, put in the minimum price in the one field and put in the maximum price in the next field. Type description is a home.
Just put home?
That's all you need, home or residential.
Okay.
Now the price field is a numerical price field, so you got to fill it all in. So it's 400,000, 400, comma 000. That's 4 million. I actually gave it to you wrong. It's 400, comma 000. 400.
But the
or no, 600. Sorry. You're
Yeah.
600,000. My mistake. And price maximum in the next field down. Good job. Do you know how to copy and paste?
Sure.
Go back to the subject line, highlight everything, and copy it. And go down to the comments area, which is more than halfway down, and paste it into the comments area. And go ahead down to the bottom of the page and click on Submit Information. Say OK. Usually after 3 or 4 seconds. Now this is how you see it from a broker's point of view. You'll also know that your information, and I'm going to highlight it, was also sent to the following email list services. There's between 15 and 20,000 emails going out every single day delivering your haves and wants daily to the public. In addition to that, I'm going to show you how the public sees it. Click on Latest World Residential. I'm going to let you do it. Latest World Residential on the left-hand green column.
Left-hand.
Latest World Residential. And you'll see that you were the latest listing on putting it on here.
Okay.
And you'll see the listing come on. And you'll see all the other ones being added just before you.
Okay.
So click on that message number. Go ahead. And how does everything look? Everything look good?
Good. Looks good.
One last thing. Click on My Listings on the left-hand green column. My Listings. and there's your listing. And if you notice, you can modify in your excuse me, you can modify and delete your listings right from here on the far right. Do you see that?
Okay.
Okay. Now, we recommend that you update your listings every 30 to 60 days. Never let your listings go longer than 90 days old. And that's because your listings go down, down, down in the database, and people get so busy working the top half of the database, they don't have a chance to get down to the bottom. Secondly, this listing is being emailed out to the industry. And if you update it every month or two, it gets a circulation again through the marketplace, which is better than not having it. Okay, that concludes our session on how to add a want listing from ICI World. Any questions, you can always call our office, 416-840-6227, 416-840-6227, and that's it from ICI World. Okay, this is again Gary Nuska from ICI World working with Sharif, who just put in a want in Mississauga for a property between $600,000 and $700,000. He's also put in an income property in the Hamilton area as well for $214,000 in Hamilton area. But what I failed to show you earlier was how you can actually search to see if there's any homes available. Because there's so many exclusive properties on here, it's good to search it right after putting in a want. You simply click back on ICI World Home to get back to the main page. And then we're going to click on search. And we're going to go down here to residential, Ontario residential in this case. And we're going to go down and we're going to find Mississauga, which is right here. Now, if you notice, you were looking for a home, for a want between $600,000 and $700,000. There's your want right there. Is that correct, Sharif?
Yep, that's me.
Now, so what you do, you start at the 600 and you look up in your price range to see if there is anything. And right away, you're going to see that there's a home, mind you, it's in Malton for $640,000. You could always run that by your buyer, even though they prefer Churchill.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
Absolutely.
You could always run this home right by them. So in other words, by putting in your want, you just look at some of the properties just above there, and bingo, you just might happen to find something right away. Here's another one. Here's in your price range right there. Now, if that was interesting for you, you just simply click on the message number. And you'll see the information come up on the screen. Now, the interesting thing here, you'll notice this is not on MLS. This is a regular client of Curtis's. You see that?
Okay.
So in other words, this is not on MLS. Okay? I just wanted you to see that because you never know, it might be the perfect home for your people. Okay, I'm going to stop this little session now, but it was just a quick little ditty on how you can, once you have a buyer, make sure you search your wants. Okay, we'll stop the recording now. If you need any questions answered, call 416-840-6227.